Hello, this is Sean Ainsley with Alpha Omega Design. Today we're going to look at uploading media, uh, specifically pictures, into WordPress and using some of the built-in functionality that WordPress has as far as cropping images, scaling images, and just assigning metadata to an image and those types of things. So we're gonna jump right in. When you log into your WordPress application, you'll see an interface like this. This is called the dashboard. If you're not familiar with it, there's plenty of information out there that you can get a little bit more basic information about WordPress at wordpress.org. We're going to jump right into the media tab and go ahead and start diving into what it is and what it means to use it. So we're going to click right here on the library, and this shows some of the things that I happen to have in my media library, and yours will show different items, but it just shows you what you have in there. I have some documents, which are also considered media, some pictures, different size images, and a whole lot of stuff. So what we're going to concentrate on is how do we get images into our post, into our pages, and how do we size those images so that they're the correct size. So let's look at some of our pages real quick. Let's take this photography page for instance. Perfect. So we have a page here that has looks like has 8 pictures on it, and let's just say we want to add another picture. So what you would do to add a picture in WordPress is just click your cursor within the WYSIWYG editor here, and you'll be able to see it flashing uh, on the very edge of the image here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but so now what you'll do is you'll click on this upload insert where it says, if you hover over it, the tooltip says add media. So you want to click on that, then it's going to pop up with an overlay. This overlay is going to allow you to upload media, and most of the time you'll upload it straight from your computer. So that's what we're going to look at today, is how to upload media straight from the computer. If you have it on your site in your media library already, you obviously already know how to do this. Therefore, you probably don't need this tutorial. But we're going to look at how to upload images from the computer and how to resize those. So we're going to click on select files. It opens up the last place that we uploaded from, which for me was the pictures folder. Let's see. Here's a nice image of a nice sunset. Let's select that image. So it uploads the picture. Alright, so once your picture is uploaded, it's going to give you some options here. We're just going to read over these things and see what they are. First of all, it's going to give you the name of the file. It's going to tell you what type of file it is, and this just happens to be a JPEG image. It's going to tell you when you uploaded it. It's going to tell you the size. That's going to be very important to note the size of the image that you're uploading. Oftentimes, this is 2592 pixels by 1944 pixels, and that's way too big for any website unless it's going to be full-on full-screen background or something. Other than that, it's way too big for any application in any website. So it's got to be resized. So we're going to look at how to do that here in a second, but let's look at some of these other options. By default, it places a title here, and this is what somebody will see when the mouse hovers over the image for a matter of 3 to 5 seconds. This is what comes up. Um, you always want to change this to something that's relevant to the image. Alternate text is required so that people that are using screen readers, people that are blind that use screen readers, this is what is read to them by the computer. This is required to meet standards. So you always want to put a little short bit of alternate text to tell them what it is. And let's just call this a beautiful sunset. Captions we're not going to worry about. Links, if you leave this here, the picture will be an active link, and somebody will be able to click on the picture, and it'll take you to an undesirable looking larger image of the picture. So I always click none on this. If I want to add a link, I'll do it myself. And then it gives you some options down here as far as positioning the picture. This will left align the picture within the text, or center align it, or right align it within text. And depending on the theme that you're using and how things are set up, you may or may not want to use those. In most cases, it's okay to use that. Then we have some thumbnail sizes. This resizes your image for you to a generic size, like as you can see, 150 by 150, or 300 by 225, or 1024 by 768, or you can insert it into the post full size, which is a very bad idea. But if you notice, when we're up at the top here, there's this little button that says edit image, and that's what we're going to focus on, is how do we edit an image? How do we get an image down to a reasonable size? So what you do is you click that button. We have some options here. We can actually rotate this image. We can crop this image. We can flip it vertically. We can flip it horizontally. We can do a number of things. This is one of the more incredible features of WordPress, is that this built-in capability for image editing that you don't see in a lot of other content management systems. In my opinion, it makes it superior than some of the other content management systems, just for this capability to handle media. Very useful for clients. So let's say our picture, I'm going to guess that it needs to be, let's say 350. If you notice, when I type this first dimension is going to be your width, and the second dimension is going to be your height. If you notice, it keeps it proportional. So if I type in whatever I type in here, it's going to be based on the aspect ratio that the original image was at. So that way you don't have an image that gets stretched or somehow gets misproportioned, which is a good thing. So let's say we want it 350 by 262. So we're going to tell it to go ahead and click scale. It's going to go ahead and scale that for me. And let's say, okay, let's look at that. And looks pretty good. If we want to go back, we just click right here. It says restore original image, and we're going to do that real quick just to demonstrate something about cropping. So if you click and drag on the picture, you get what's called a cropping box, and this allows you to crop a portion of an image out for use on your website. So let's say we just want to take this little section here, and you notice the image is still fairly large, so it's still going to be usable on my site. We never want to scale images larger than they are starting out. You always want to scale them down. You never want to, if you ever have to scale an image up larger than its original size, you should find another image to use. So we crop that image, and now we can go in once again. Once we have the portion of the image that we want to use, we can go in and scale it down to, well, let's say 250. 350 is kind of large. So we can scale it down to 250. So we're going to go ahead and scale it down. So there we are. We have our scaled down image. We could do other things to it, like flip it or whatever, but that's not necessary. And now we're just going to click insert into post. Alright, and there it is. Our image is inserted into our post, and just like any other kind of content, when we click the update button, that image will now appear on the website. Let's go have a look at it. I'm going to go to the portfolio page. We're going to scroll down. We're going to find photography. And there's our image. Of course, our image is not properly styled because we didn't place it in the proper tags for it to be styled like the rest of the images, but there it is, and you get the idea of how to upload and edit a image inside of WordPress. I hope you found this tutorial useful. You can contact us at www.alpha-omegadesign.com. If you have any questions, just email us at webmaster@alphaomegadesign.com. And thank you for listening and watching, and we'll see you soon.